You know, you show the market what you believe in yourself by how you invest in yourself. And
Absolutely.
you know, you can get a vibe. You know, we're in a beautiful restored building here.
Right, this is a micro economic incubator.
They could have opened up anywhere. They could have had a storefront. They could have a kiosk. They could, you know, do whatever. But there's a certain ambiance that, you know, people come down here to have a cup of coffee, to see friends, to hear music, to look at artwork, to visit. There's a number of different reasons they come here, and the environment definitely adds to that. And part of getting more and better paying jobs and different social activities and everything that we think about with quality of life and economic development, part of that, a large part of that starts with us. How we look, act, feel, carry on about ourselves tells the market what this place is like.
Is all about.
Exactly. That's where it starts. That's not the end all, but that's where it starts.
Okay,
and
so with
you,
that,
you have to believe in yourself first, is my point.
Right. And we're going to take that as a starting point, and we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll come right back and talk.
All right.
Okay? We're going to thank some supporters, and we are going to be right back with Mike Morrison.
The Urbana Leader is sponsored in part by the Depot Coffee House, a gathering place for locals, a resting place for bicyclists, and a haven for history and railroad buffs. Located 6 blocks west of Monument Square on Miami Street in Urbana, the coffee house can be found in a refurbished 1890s train station on the Simon Kenton Bike Trail. Free Wi-Fi, fresh baked goods, local artwork, and good conversation can be found every day of the week at The Depot from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Welcome back to Urbana Leader. I'm Anthony Ehresmann. We're here with Mike Morris, who's the Champaign County Economic Development Director. Did I get it right this time?
You did.
Hey, I'm on that kind of roll these days where I come back from the commercial and I seem to do it right this second time around. Now we were just talking about how the community can help and what we can do as far as giving you the tools that you need to get by. And we were talking about the market. And we briefly mentioned this place. And a lot of people don't realize that this isn't what's called an economic incubator. It's a government, nonprofit, market combination, collaboration. That's what it is. Where, you know, the relationship, the owner of the building, the owner of the property is actually the city owns the property.
Right.
And then they lease it to a nonprofit so that they can fund their activities. And they rent it out to a free market enterprise, which helps them. And they get good landlords, cheap rent, and the whole smear. It's a very, very good collaboration, and I would love to see more of this happening in Champaign County, especially on this kind of level. It's just, you have no idea how this has brought the community, this particular facility, which, and anybody who follows the show knows that we shoot at the Depot Coffee House, and how it's brought our community together and how people congregate here and enjoy themselves here, and it's really become one of the gems of the city. So, and I'd love to see more of that happening. But a lot of people don't understand, you know, they don't even know that those kind of collaborations are effective. And I'm actually, you know, contrary to popular belief among some of my friends, John, Joe, just to name a couple, they'll know who they are. I actually love the free market. I just don't think that we should take the referees off the field. Yeah, that's my only problem. You know, I think the games need to be refereed. You know, otherwise you get some people who are not going to play by the rules all the time. What else can we do for you? How else can we help our new economic development director?
Well, I'm making my way around the county right now, talking to everybody that I can get in front of, particularly business owners, elected officials, just talking to one of your college students who's helping out with this program, trying to figure out what's of interest to her, and and her friends. I'm all ears. I plan to be for a long time, but especially right now, I'm just trying to get the lay of the land, how people think economic development should look, feel, taste, whatever here in Champaign County. The county commissioners, the taxpayers of the community have funded this position through an increase in the conveyance fee, which I'm most appreciative for. It's going to pay me and pay the department that is known as Economic Development in Champaign County. So they're doing.
And you're going to be working with CIC and
well, I'm housed inside the chamber. I'm a
Okay.
county employee, and yeah, I'm sure that we will be working with the CIC in some capacity in the future. But the economic development operations are a county function.
right.
So the way that folks can help me do my job beyond what I've just described is just talking to me, letting me know desires, giving me heads up on leads, tips, and one of the things that we touched on a little earlier is just helping with the image. When you're bringing businesses to the community, or trying to bring businesses to the community,
Right.
when you're showing people your front door, we need to look like we're ready to do business. And the schools are great. I was very surprised to find out that all of the Champaign County schools were, I believe, either effective or excellent
Right.
in their ratings, which is a great tool to have in there. So that's something that we can sell. We know we got a great quality of life up here. It's affordable. There's a lot of amenities, recreational amenities. Those things that we don't have in the community are nearby, but you don't have to pay for them. You don't have to have the headache of living in the bigger cities. It's
Yeah, a lot
safe.
of people don't realize that. Just pausing on the on the education part. A lot of people don't realize that teachers in Champaign County, specifically in Urbana, where we haven't built a school in 60 years, we're excellent because we have great teachers. We have some of the best teachers. And can you imagine what these guys could do if they had all of the other tools that other richer districts had? So I have to give kudos to what they've been able to do, especially in the last 5 years. It's been amazing.
Well,
So
back
just
to the
big
schools too. You
kudos on that.
throw in. I was just talking about this today at the Lions Club. I spoke to them, and the sporting. It's the sporting events and the sporting teams. They're I think intangible in some people's minds, but very tangible in my mind. That people are moving to Champaign County to get their children involved in Graham wrestling. The Graham wrestling
Absolutely.
has brought prestige to this county, to that school district,
And it helps a
all
lot
over
that
the
we have a
country.
congressman who is was
Yeah.
a star from there too.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've got
And apparently his son's pretty good too.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear his son's real good too.
Well, you have their basketball program is doing great. There's a rich football tradition here at Urbana High School. There's a lot of of those things, and as I said at the Lions Club meeting this morning, there's a TV show about high school football, Friday Night Lights. If you don't think that kind of thing really helps set an image and a tone for a
Oh,
community, just
absolutely
look
it
at that.
does. It absolutely does.
But
And-
the community, there are a lot of people who I've run across in this community who are extremely well educated, powerhouses in business. There's a rich heritage
Now,
of business here.
on the education thing, there are a lot of people in Champaign County who are very, very, very smart. You cannot be a nitwit and run a farm. It can't be done anymore. I mean, farmers have to be pretty savvy people. Do they have to go to college for that? Probably not. But I'll tell you what, some of them that I've met never saw a college, and they are the most tech-savvy people you'd ever want to meet. I mean, they know their stuff. So there's a whole different dynamic as far as education goes, especially with the older generation. But I was just talking to a city council member, and we were looking over some city data, and 15% of only 15% of the county has actually gone to a 4-year through a 4-year course, which is not